Hello, my beautiful soul family. Welcome to your reading. All right, this is a general spirit check-in, not a one-to-one spirit check-in. So you might not resonate with the whole reading. You might not resonate with any of the reading. Whatever you do resonate with, please take what you need and leave the rest behind. With this comes a warning. Okay, my readings sometimes can be hard. Sometimes they can have very bitter medicine. Vitriol, the medicine of vitriol. Vitriol is when we need to go inward and take a look at ourselves and take our power back. Okay, so absolutely. So if you find that that my readings hurt you or offend you, please click off or unsubscribe and come back again like another time, okay? Because I don't want to hurt anybody or offend anybody or anything, okay? Sometimes high voltage knowledge can come in violently when we're not ready for it, okay? That's why they say often be careful what you ask for, you know? Things show up in ways that we don't expect. Okay, and before I begin the reading, I would like to say thank you to my channel members. I'm also going to be drawing from the bag of stars here your names, one name to win a free reading from me. Okay, so just a minute here. I'm going to start some music. And I would like to say thank you to S. Wright, Deanne Hart, Raylana Anana, Dundee Murray, Cher, Jace Frankson, Starlight, Jill Erica, Maggie Wilson, Lionel Duarte, Vicky Desiderada, Monique C, Stacy S, Adelpha's Door, Ksenia, Julie, Love Is, Kat Zettler, Kate Johns, and Chris Mason. Thank you, channel members. You guys are amazing. I am honored, so honored to have you all as medicine keepers. Beautiful. Okay, so before maybe I'll pull these at the end of the reading. Yes, that's what they're saying. Pull them at the end of the reading. And let's make sure the music doesn't overtake the entire reading. Here we go. There we go. I don't like that song. Okay. I got a couple messages before we begin the reading. I have a few messages. So for one of you or some of you, whenever you hear this reading, whenever you click on this channel or hear this reading, this is the message, okay? You've committed to a group endeavor, some sort of a group endeavor. There was a leader that was either threatened of you or threatened of you. And I feel like you brought a lot of your resources that benefited the group, but then it was like the leader sat on you in order to keep you quiet, in order to control your power. I feel like I could be speaking to a fire sign, somebody that carries a lot of fire, you know, and to the point where you went independent. You broke off from the group and you went independent. You know, I relate to this message, so well done, well done. So the creator, this message has come through, thumbs up, absolutely. I'm feeling like that was a contract to help you to, like that was set up in such a way that would maybe like push you or encourage you to go independent. I'm feeling that you work best when you are your own master, your own king, your own, oh, I just heard your own army. Oh, that's interesting. I'm hearing Army of Me by Bjork. Okay. This message is for somebody else Whoever you are dealing with cannot stand behind their own actions, and by actions they mean mistakes. Blame and deflection is to give one's power away. Learn how to hold your power. How? By not only trusting your light, but also trust your shadow. Trust your mistakes. You have no idea what is going to show up down the road, that there is medicine in those mistakes. There is something in those mistakes that is going to bring you awareness, clarity, some sort of medicine that you're going to be drawing on, like something you're going to be, because mistakes are often like dips into the underworld. They can be many forms of self-sabotage, but self-sabotage with new eyes are dipping into the underworld. You're going to see Pluto. You're going into the underworld to get a different kind of medicine. So whoever this is that cannot stand behind their mistakes, doesn't trust themselves yet, doesn't understand about going into the underworld, maybe doesn't have a connection to themselves in that kind of a way, which is why I'm feeling like somebody can't stand behind their actions. But for whoever resonates with this message, I'm feeling like you can see this. I feel like you have the discernment of spirits in this kind of a dynamic. You're aware of your own dipping into the underworld to get certain kinds of medicine from the underworld, from yourself, from your mistakes, from your darkness, from your ignorance, from whatever. There is medicine in that. So we can't throw it out. These are parts of ourselves that are relegated into the dark because they're not socially acceptable in the culture. And I'm feeling like this is changing. We're all being met with the worst of ourselves, and we have to. We're going into the age of Aquarius, We can see what sovereign narcissists look like today. When you look in politics, it's pretty clear. Do we all want to enter into Aquarius as sovereign tyrants, sovereign narcissists? I don't think so. Besides, a narcissist's end in trying to protect their own heart will cut out their own heart, according to Dr. Judy WTF. Okay. This is a message for somebody else entirely. Devil energy cannot create from originality except to steal, kill, and destroy. When this originality, when this devil's work is aimed at you, there is medicine here. There is medicine here. Like I'm saying in the earlier message, there is medicine in the devil energy, and it requires the shamanic aspect of you to extract that, to see it, to identify it, to diagnose it, to name it, and extract the medicine that you need. It'll be different for each of you, those of you that resonate with this message. Okay. There's another one. This person could never confront you directly, but always required an audience. This is typical of a bully. Bullies require an audience. Always. Okay? It's like a humiliation ritual. And they don't understand that that's actually going to serve you in the end. It's not going to serve them. They're just going to get reinforced into their bully behavior if they don't have a conscience to pull themselves back, to rein themselves in. If they don't have that, they're just going to be seen as a bully. Maybe not exactly trustworthy, maybe trusted by people that resonate with that behavior. Behavior is a language, as the Dr. John Deloney says. So when you understand a person's behavior, you begin to develop the discernment of spirits. And I'm feeling this is why the leader who sat on somebody, why they sat on you, is because you do have the discernment of spirits, and they could feel this, they could sense it, which means you could discern them, and they didn't like that. Interesting. Okay. For another person, this is a message for the emerging magician or shaman. Do not give your power away to the reality police. Don't let anyone determine for you what reality is for you. You know, a shaman, okay, this is part one of two messages. This message came in two parts. The first one is, do not give your power away to the reality police. The second part of this message is, magicians and shamans live near the borderland, and borderland is in quotation. Borderland, you know what this is. Whoever resonates with this understands what this is. Okay, on the edge of reality, in the threshold of the hidden realms, with a foot in both worlds, a very powerful mind. Your resources are vast, very vast. You also suffered much because you lived close to the borderland. I bet your culture didn't understand you. I bet your family didn't understand you. I bet your workplace co-workers, your friends, I bet a lot of people didn't understand you. So you suffered much. They're saying the lighthouse. So whatever this is, the borderlands, there's going to be the stigma of mental health stigma attached to this, and they're bringing in a lighthouse. The lighthouse on off is the magnetic, is the heartbeat of God. It is the heartbeat of the universe. Even Dr. Stephen Hawking, in his book, The Brief History of Time, talks about how the sun's light is flickering on and off so fast that the human eyes cannot detect it. It requires something like it's so fast we can't see it. Same with Hertz. I think Hertz, where I'm in BC, so Hertz, the Hertz in British Columbia is the Heinrich. Anyway, Hertz is 60, which means power in BC is flickering on and off. It's 60 times a second. 60 times a second. It's so fast you can't even see. So they're equating that. You know, all things are shadows of the divine. Even electricity is shadow of the divine. So if our power is flickering on and off, the sun's light is flickering on and off. What is light? Light is consciousness, our capacity to see, our capacity to discern. Okay, so the on off, that is a lighthouse that is according to the heartbeat of the universe. Okay, so living near the borderland, like there'll be mental health stigma with this, but the mental health capacity of this is also your highest capacity. Your greatest creativity will come from the darker aspects. Like I say in my channel, our shadow does not deliver us to the light and escape from our shadow. Okay, we are not delivered to the light and escape from our shadow. We are delivered to the light by our shadow. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? It's the heartbeat of God. It is the yin yang. It is the high priestess. Okay, so this is who they are speaking to. And the last message that came through that I didn't know if I was going to say, and I'm just going to say it anyway, the other woman. So maybe somebody needs to be the other woman. Somebody wants to be the other woman. Maybe they know they don't have to commit. There's some sort of strange energy with this, the other woman. I'm just seeing woman in the shadow. She doesn't really have to show up. It's make a commitment. Okay, that's it. I don't know why. That just has to come out. Okay, so let's pull some cards now. Okay. All right. What are the messages? Let them begin to flow now. Let's get rid of this. Keep this handy just in case something comes up. Okay. All right. What are the messages, Creator? What are the messages? What are the messages? Omniscience. Ooh, omniscience. Somebody has had an awakening. Somebody is going through a kind of an awakening. Your perspective is expanding. Maybe you've had a holotropic experience of the mind. Maybe you've taken a holotropic, psychoactive, like psilocybin, ayahuasca. What's another one? Washuma. Initiative, omniscience and initiative. Very beautiful, very interesting. Self-mastery. Ooh, self-mastery. I'm definitely speaking to a magician or a shaman. Somebody who is aware, dominate. Dominate the dimensions. You are conscious. Somebody is very awake. Somebody is realizing who they are. And you know what? To dominate doesn't mean you have to be a bully. It just means that you are sovereign. You don't get pushed around by your emotions. You don't get pushed around by your thoughts. You are now the master at the wheel. You have the choice. You have choices. You are now aware of what your choices are. When you're in Chronos, you don't know what your choices are. You're just surviving. So whoever this is entering. You've not only entered into Kairos, but you've entered into cosmic. Holy smoke. Oh, what is this? Okay, 7 cards. They want 7 cards. Freedom. 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 Absolutely. Cosmic is when it's like the Dalai Lama witnessing his people being disemboweled, and I use that because it's horrific. It's something usually horrific in our lives that brings us all the way down to the bottom of ourselves, that forces us either to be crushed by the experience. We can either be crushed by the experience or remember to reach up into our most universal selves. That's the only way to survive something that is so horrific. On the ground, a punch in the face is a punch in the face. Doesn't matter, it's a punch in the face. Okay, but when you get up into, and this is obviously a lot more than a punch in the face. This is people being disemboweled, monks being disemboweled, holy people with sacred knowledge being disemboweled. So this is horrific, like the Holocaust, something horrific that forces you to reach up into your most universal self. That's what cosmic is. And the understanding you get when you reach up into your most universal self, it's like you have the view of the eagle. You have the view of the eagle, and you see how this situation, you cannot conquer it. Like the Dalai Lama said, they had the people, they had the numbers, they had the money, they had the military. There was nothing they could do. They could not conquer this. Even more than that, we live in a dual universe. You will never conquer the dark. You will never, ever, ever conquer the dark. What you will do is heal your relationship to the dark. How does the dark serve you? How has it served you? What has it done? It's created for you, but this requires a shifting of an addiction to being negative. I'm speaking this because I had this also too. I had to shift my own, my soul began to like feeling like a victim and all this stuff, and I had to rewire all this, change all of this and I didn't do this alone. I did this with a lot of shamanic work, which helped rewrite my psyche. Okay, so, but that requires awareness. That requires awareness that our psyche is addicted to misery, addicted to negativity. It's like, and that's a form of self-defense. It's easier to feel disappointed than it is to be disappointed, because then when disappointment comes, well, that's just more of the same, whatever, like you're always in that low vibration, and it's a way of protecting yourself. It's not just because of people want to be in a low vibration. Are you kidding me? Because life is freaking hard, so you have to figure out in your own way, how has the darkness served you? It created in you perseverance. It created in you patience. It created in you long suffering. It created in you insights and understandings of yourself and of others that you would never have had you not experienced being brought down into the bottom of you. Showed you how fucking strong you are. Showed you how resilient you are. Showed you how, my God, what a warrior that you are. Still here, still fighting, still your will, how strong your will is. I'm speaking to a magician, okay? Magicians are the ones that harness their will. The rest of humanity is often an unmanned fire hose. Their will is an unmanned fire hose. It's all over the place. It's here, it's there, it's up, it's down, it's all over the place. A shaman grabs their will, focuses it like a fire hose, focuses that energy and channels it, knows how to channel it. I remember, I'm going to tell you this is some hard medicine, so if you don't want to hear any hard medicine, please click off. When I was very addicted to being depressed and being a victim of my own mind and being bullied by my own mind, because I'm very, very sensitive, I could pick up on things that other people didn't pick up on, and I was a victim of a lot of low dimensional energies, because that's, the atmosphere I was in also. But a healer told me, and I thank God for this healer. I'm not going to say his name because I don't have his permission to say his name, but he was, or is in my eyes, I'm pretty sure he's still alive, is a Christian shaman. A Christian shaman that the Creator brought me to heal my mind. I was raised in an atmosphere where there was a lot of chaos. Everybody talking over each other. Thoughts were like fucking cyclones. It was like chaos, absolute chaos. And I can't handle that. I cannot be around chaos. Like, oh my gosh. Anyway, this healer taught me, Joanne, he said, depression, because I was always depressed, my mind's always like victimizing me, and I was always depressed and in this place of like, how do I survive this? How do I survive this? This is where my prison was, and he said to me, Joanne, he said, all depression is a simple lack of mind control. And that's, it was also him and like another master who I told him, like, I have this evil spirit that's like after me. And this master, Larry Gilman, who was the facilitator of the mastery of self-expression, said to me, yes, but you feed it. You feed it, Joanne. You need to stop feeding those thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I don't know how we got in. Okay, that's it. You've entered into cosmic. So what that means is you are no longer at the whim of the negativity. You see negativity now as a requirement, but it's what you do with it. How's it serving you? We're always going to go through challenges and opposition. Always. That's a part of life. We live in a dual university. Well, I guess Earth is kind of like a university. We do live in a dual universe. Interesting. University. I've never made that connection until just now. So thanks to you guys. So cosmic is when you're able to, like the Dalai Lama, reach up into his most highest self, which developed compassion, which understood how him bringing up into his most universal self, giving you a bird's eye view of seeing how this, now you breathe meaning into it because you can see the meaning behind it. When you're in Chronos, you're like, why did this happen to me? And you're wanting somebody to tell you why it's happening to you. You have to tell you why this is happening to you. Only you can tell you this. Not even God can tell you this. God can give you insights and clues and steps that you can step up onto the next step until you're able to get up into your most universal self. And that's when you can look down and breathe your own life into your darkness. And that's what I mean. Somebody cannot trust their actions. They cannot stand behind their actions. Sight. Yes, I feel like you have clear sight, clairvoyance, clear sight. Labyrinth. Ooh. Interesting. So interesting, the labyrinth is at the very end here, because I feel like you have made it through the labyrinth of your own mind. You understand the labyrinth of your mind. You've made it through the labyrinth of your mind. Very interesting. Oof. Okay, just looking at the time. Okay. What is omniscience, Creator? What is omniscience? What is omniscience? Yeah, see, because you were in the borderland. That's exactly the first message that came out. As a shaman and a magician, you have a mind that lives near the borderland, near the threshold of the unseen. And because of this, you've suffered. You carried a lot of the shadow, a lot of the... But look at the bird over you. Look at the bird over the swords, with his wings over the swords, hovering over you, protecting. Even though you've suffered, you had high dimensional soul, your own soul protecting you. Absolutely. So I'm feeling like that's it. In order to see all above, you need to see all below. Light chasers will never have omniscience because they're chasing after the light and escaping from the dark, okay? And it doesn't work that way, okay? It doesn't work that way. Okay, so that's it. You've suffered a lot, and that's why you have omniscience, okay? These two, Gaia. Oh, Gaia. Definitely. You've ended, I feel like you have a very intimate relationship with Gaia. Whoever I'm speaking to, you have completed a lot of levels in your shamanic journey, in your climbing Jacob's ladder. They just said you were climbing Jacob's ladder, and you've gotten to a certain level of clarity, capacity, mental capacity, understanding. Oh, there's, ooh. There's the Page of Wands in reverse here. It's like you felt like you had no real direction for a while. Sort of like adrift on the calm waters, just drifting on the open ocean. Can't see land anywhere, you know, there's no birds even, you know, like it's just drifting on the open waters. And the Ten of Wands in reverse. Ten of Wands in reverse. I feel like you've been through hell. You've been through literal hell and you were resting. That's why there's no direction. I'm feeling like the spirit is like, nope, you let them rest, let them rest. I'm feeling like spirit itself has hammered you. Spirit themselves have hammered you, have hammered you, have made you strong, very strong. Very strong. You have the strong legs. Strong legs comes from having to carry the shadow, carry the collective shadow of your community. It's like Mark chapter 5. Okay, the man who was demon possessed had to carry the shadow of his community. That's why he could break out of chains. He lived among the tombs. He could break out of chains. He was superhuman. He had, his mind had very few filters, okay? Whether that was broken down by the community, because maybe he was the scapegoat, maybe he was born that way, which was, he was different, which is probably what made him the scapegoat. Do you see what I'm saying? Unless a community is very aware, unless a community is very aware of themselves, a community, a workplace, a group will always require a scapegoat. Like Carl Jung said, nothing is lower than the group mind. Nothing. What do you think the demonic is? Why do you think the man in Mark chapter 5 was possessed by Legion? Connect those two together, okay? Connect them together. Okay. Ace of Cups, you have broken away from, okay, your initiative, the initiative that you had to do was breaking away from like unrequited love. There was unrequited love. You had to break away from a community and you went into the underworld. This is vitriol. This is vitriol. Absolutely, this is vitriol. You had to go into the underworld. What is vitriol? This is Latin. Visita interiora terrae rectificando invenis lapidem occultum. Occultum lapidem. Vitriol. Visit the interior dimensions of the earth, and by rectification you will find the hidden stone. So what this means is our illusions, we have illusions that sustain us, that get us through certain challenges. But those illusions will only work for a certain period of time. Then they no longer work. And when they no longer work, we end up often getting flattened by a challenge. We get bulldozed by a challenge. And that challenge will send us inward, trying to find answers as to how to get through a very oppressive energy, how to get through a very seemingly impenetrable oppression. Okay? And when you find the truth, when you find the truth, you are released from the inner as a flying bird, the beautiful heron. Herons eat fish. Fish is food of the deep. So you have to go into the depth, into the tomb, to come out of the womb. The tomb and the womb are the same place. Okay? That's what vitriol is. It is bitter, bitter medicine, but it is life-changing. Life, you will never be the same when you come out of a vitriol. Okay, what is self-mastery? So that was the initiative. Whatever you've done going through the underworlds, having completed incredible levels of your own psyche, your curriculum, yes. The Knight of Cups. So on the path of your heart, your self-mastery is because you were walking on the path of your heart, not the path of your mind. Beautiful. Beautiful. The Page of Swords. Yes. Okay, exactly. You're walking the path of your heart. Follow your heart, but take your brain with you. Okay, Page of Swords. Take your brain with you. Follow your heart. That is what self-mastery is. It's the balance between the head and the heart. The heart wants to give everything away. Give your car away, your home away, your food away, your clothes away, everything away. And your mind is like, wait a minute. I still have to live. I still got to eat. I still got to get to work. I still have to go to bed at night. Like, what? You see what I'm saying? So don't always follow the heart. The heart can get us into trouble too if we're not conscious, if we're not careful. You know, the heart's like, well, I thought it was like a good idea. Well, great. Now we don't have any food now, you know, or now we don't have a place to live now because we gave our home away, you know. So yes, follow your heart, but take your brain with you. Okay. Dominate. Beautiful. Dominate with the Queen of Wands. Absolutely. So this is you dominating of your inner world, your mind, your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings. Not your thoughts, because where do thoughts come from? So just understanding that thoughts are like clouds. When thoughts come into your mind, like, oh, look, a cloud. But some people are like, oh my God, a cloud. Oh my God. And then they climb in and then that's it. You know, this downward spiral. I used to be there myself. I no longer do that. I'm able to, like I said, grab that fire hose of my own consciousness and understand that these are just thoughts. Let them pass through. Don't get tangled up in it. Okay? So absolutely, and that's the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands also being very sexual energy too, very shamanic energy, shamanic sexual energy, seductive energy, the Queen of Wands, but also very powerful feminine magician energy, absolutely. The shaman creates with sexual energy to the core, with the spirit, with the body. You know what I'm saying? So it's fullness, the fullness of creative energies, the fullness. Okay, so dominating with your capacity to not be ashamed of your masculine, but this is more feminine sexual energy, regardless if you're a man or a woman. Okay, feminine sexual energy is like the energy to envision. It's what goes on the inside. A person comes up, it's like you see stuff like this, like people that have really good ideas or are able to create something very profound, and people just think it just showed up. Like it just showed up. Like, no, you didn't see the part where they had the vision, where they had to plan, where they had to do a lot of the mental work, a lot of the getting excited, wanting to give up. Like, you didn't see any of that. That went on inside. That is the sacred feminine. That is the feminine part of the magician. the whole, it's not only, you know, all the positive parts of creativity, it's also all the difficult aspects of creating. Holy smoke, we're 40 minutes in. Okay. Oh, and right between dominated and freedom is the bear energy, the Nine of Pentacles. Bear energy, shamanic energy. Bear is the shapeshifter. Bear is the shaman. Bear is the medicine. Great medicine within the great bear. So the story of the bear is the bear eats carrion, which is rotten meat. So whatever you're doing in your life, whatever dynamics in your life that are over, are dead and over, but have not yet exited out of your life. There's still lingering aspects of this that is still in the process of decomposing, even if it's in the psyche, you know, because there is nutrients. Bears eat carrion because there was nutrients in the decomposition process that aren't found anywhere else. You have to go through the decomposition. What is the other thing that the bears eat is salmon. Salmon is food of the deep, and it comes up from the depths of the ocean, enters into the freshwater streams, swims against the current in order to lay its eggs. Okay, so this is, I'm seeing also like Aquarius energy. Aquarius is the rebel. So having to go against the current of your life, go against the status quo, go against the what was acceptable, going against the flow of your family, maybe your community, maybe you're an odd duck, as they say, because you've always marched by the beat of your own drum. That's it. So that's it. And and bears are very, very powerful beings. They are, not only are they have like spirit bear, but also what they're saying is your inner resources are going to bring you a lot of abundance, whatever that is, whether it be people, opportunities, whatever. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so what you had to heal from was people who could not, there was a certain situation you were involved in that the people around you could not see it as it was. They couldn't see it as it was. I'm feeling like whoever you're attached to, or not attached to, but whoever is involved in whatever dynamics that is unresolved, because you got the Judgment in reverse, the Ace of Swords in reverse, and then Rhiannon, which is the challenge for Labyrinth. So what I see here is that you've gone through something with a group of people that could not see the situation as it was, as it truly was. I'm feeling like there was like a bully. You were dealing with a bully. Maybe this bully benefits everybody else, but it wasn't, you just didn't want to entertain this energy. I don't know exactly what happened, but you were dealing with a bully. that ended up in being a disaster for you, but this is under sight. So I'm feeling like this was almost like required. It was part of your curriculum for you to refine even more of your sight. Understand humanity, see yourself clearer. Because I'm feeling like whoever I'm talking to, for multiple of you, I'm feeling like you see people in the best light. And that has sometimes bit you in the ass, because I feel like you projected a lot of very positive aspects or a positive light onto people that it was not appropriate for. Maybe you couldn't see, that's what it was. You couldn't see the situation clearly. You couldn't see the situation clearly, and it was a disaster. I'm feeling like this is attached to the message of somebody sitting on you, and this is symbolic. Somebody like a boss. I'm getting this feminine, could be masculine too. It doesn't have to be feminine. It can be masculine too, but some sort of person in leadership who needed your help or wanted you on board of some sort of a project because you had really good resources. But then once they got what they wanted from you, I'm seeing the dark side of Aries, like I got what I wanted, now I don't need you anymore, or that's why they sat on you, and it was kind of a disaster for you. I'm feeling like it was an awful experience for you. But you went through this challenge because you weren't, I'm feeling like this person was like talking to a brick wall. Talking to a brick wall. Like they would not hear you. They would not see things your way. It was their way or the highway, you know, and you had to get through this, going through your own inner labyrinth. You had to get through this on your own. You had to get this situation through yourself, not have it stuck in yourself, because that's what can create illness, is when a situation can't make its way through yourself and it gets stuck there, like kidney stones or something. You know what I mean? Like, but this is like emotional, but also spiritual too. Okay, some sort of spiritual attack. What's on the bottom of the deck? Odin, the moon. So this is the beginning of High Priestess energy. That's what this is all about, was the creation of High Priestess energy, the understanding the subterfuge of the moon to the illumination of the sun. Sometimes the subterfuge of the moon serves us very, very well, and sometimes it doesn't. And you need the discernment of spirits to see between those two, to understand when to trust this, when to trust the sun, when to trust this, how to be guided by this, how the subterfuge of the moon can guide you and not lead you into a hole, into peril, but actually get you through a situation. Okay? So that's beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Okay, let's pull a Native American. Oh, no, let's not. We're going to pull a demon and an angelic. Okay, what is the demonic challenge with the shaman and the magicians here? For the shamans and the magicians here. You're an advanced soul. You're a very advanced soul because, you know, like they said, you live among the borderlands. You lived as a youth and as an adult next to the borderland. If you've gotten through your life without having to go on pharmaceuticals, you figured out how to, thank you. Oh my gosh. Number 71. Dantalian, the High Priestess. No freaking way. The High Priestess. Oh my gosh. So this came to challenge the High Priestess in you, thereby strengthening it. See what I'm saying? You gotta let the dark serve the light. You gotta trust your shadow. Trust your shadow. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh. What is the angelic? I don't even need, that's a Venus energy. This is also Pisces energy, and this corresponds to the Six of Cups. Yeah, Pisces energy and the Six of Cups. Wait a minute, let me make sure, because this could be Gemini energy too. Number 71. Dantalian, the High Priestess, spiritual mystery. Ooh, skillful learning, Venus, Pisces, and the Nine of Cups. I said the Six of Cups. I read that upside down. Why did I read that upside down? Because I feel like you've healed it. That's because I saw that as the Six of Cups. I didn't see it as the Nine of Cups. Like, what? Yes, the Nine of Cups. Oh, interesting. Spiritual mystery. So I'm feeling like you were brought into a lot of darkness, not knowing, a lot of mystery. Like I said, you live near the borderland, and see the many faces of her, the many faces of the, like, that's what I mean. Like, I feel like people could have mistaken you as schizophrenic or dissociative identity disorder even. Those are catch-all terms for experiences of the psyche that our modern day archaic mental health system does not understand. The shamanic world does understand this, but our archaic mental health system does not. Okay, there's still a lot of shame and stigma and, you know, okay, let's not go there. And when 71 is broken down, it becomes an 8. The Scorpio, Scorpio, the 8th house, which is Scorpio, which is also the house of the shaman. Whoa, okay, what is going on here? Okay, that's the one. Holy smoke. I feel like I had to fight to get out. Aladaya, Six of Pentacles, the favorable God. Divine grace, courage, cures rage and pestilence, absolves the guilty. Six of Pentacles, Aladaya. You know, when you reach up into your most universal self, that's what this is. The lower serves you, so does the higher. Both serve you to glorify God. Okay, understand that. You are God and you're also connected to God. Okay, absolutely. So beautiful. Six of Pentacles, the favorable God, divine grace, cures rage and pestilence, so disease. So allows things to pass through you rather than getting caught like a kidney stone or some sort of a stone that doesn't get through. Dissolves that and absolves the guilty. Oh, beautiful. So absolves the guilty because you breathe meaning. This is what cosmic is. You can't absolve the guilty when you're in Chronos. You know, the dark is the dark. A punch in the face is a punch in the face. But when you get into higher dimensions, you see how those experiences served you. Therefore, those people aren't really your enemies then, are they? They're people who served you. Even if they didn't mean to serve you. Even if they're like, well, fuck. All right. Oh, that was too good. That was absolutely delicious. Can't forget, at the end of the reading, I am going to pull a name out of the Medicine Keepers. This is the Medicine Keeper bag. All my little Stars, my stars, the stars of the channel. Beautiful. All right, creator, left hand, creator. Who needs a free reading? Who needs a message? Who needs a message, creator? Who needs a message? Holy Spirit, grandmothers, grandfathers, ancestors of the highest realms, only the highest realms, only the highest realms, only the highest realms, right there. That's the one right there. All right. Jace Frankson, Jace Frankson, Jace Frankson, you have been selected to win a free reading from me. Yay! So I'll post this on the community page, and your free reading will be posted also on the community page. So it will be there probably Saturday or Sunday, okay? All right, congratulations, and I'll see you guys in the next meeting. Mwah.